What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Yeah. Hit that subscribe button and hit that bell. Hey, check this out, y'all. This is what we used to do. We live. Before we go any further, gotta get this thing together. Gotta find out who's in my live tonight, y'all. Hey, before we go any further, let's get this thing together. Let's find out who's in my live tonight, shall we? Terry's in the house.
Oh, yeah.
And my girl Susan. Jody, what's up with you tonight? Out of sight. Quentin's in the house, and also Erica's in the house. I could not see what I was supposed to be. Hey, check it. Rebecca's in the house.
Oh, yeah.
And also Terrence in the house. Ariel and also Along is in the house tonight. Miss Cookie's in the house. And also Steve is in the house. To here, to there, to everywhere is up in the house tonight, y'all. Before we went any further, Cocoon's in the house tonight. And also Nikki and also Robert and Get It Done. Kiwi Green. Shout out to Kiwi Green. Oh my God. It's not long enough. It's not long enough to do the I gotta do it. It gotta be longer so we can do more names, man. It ain't long enough. Hey, we got Jaguar Wright breaks silence on Diddy's sentence. Alleges he has put on other men and name names. What? Yeah, y'all hit that subscribe button and hit that bell. Let's see if we can replay their chat. Let's check it
He's
out.
not going to be in long. They say with points and time served and any type of... He might be out by Christmas next year.
People say a lot of things. You know what else they said? They said he...
I'm going to tell y'all like this. Real talk. And don't worry. I'm going to tell y'all like this. And I want y'all to remember this. Everybody who's watching this video and everything, there's more of a chance of him doing more time than a chance of him doing less time. I just want y'all to get with that. There is more of a chance of him doing more time than less time.
Who's gonna get bail? How did that work?
I'm trying to tell y'all. I have talked to 2 or 3 lawyers and started breaking stuff down. Oh my gracious. Diddy is
Real life
likely to
street
get
stars.
more time.
Man, we are back and I want to say the legendary, the Blue Couch authenticator, the one and only Mrs. Jaguar Wright. What is going on?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Let me make sure I got you guys turned up all the way.
Turned up.
Because it sounded a little low. Okay, better. The volume was down a little bit. Everything's cool. Everything's good. Can't complain. I'm trying to put on as brave a face as possible. Because I got a lot going on, and I'm a little pissed off.
Okay.
So I'm trying not to let that spill over.
Jag, in this interview, what we want to do is we've been on this journey over the past year and few months now regarding Sean Combs, this trial, Cassie, and speaking to victims. And the way we want to handle this conversation is we wanted to talk to you, of course, from the normal Real Life Street Stars to Jaguar Wright perspective, but we also want to play devil's advocate a little bit. So we don't want to speak for the other side as far as we're on the other side or anything of that nature, but we want to be able to ask questions from their voice as well, because they feel like that's what they call journalistic integrity, if that's what we're doing. But
no, what they want you to do is they want you to hammer me, and they want you to pressure me, and they want you to try to put me in the grinder and see if I'll fall apart. And guess what? Welcome it. Please do. You want to know what's funny? For every question that might be coming from that other side, I have an answer.
yes.
From a very real side.
Whoa.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
Let's
thank God.
jump right into it. And Jag, Honestly, what we wanted to do was we were talking about we would love to get Jaguar Wright's live reaction. You know, we saw TMZ going live, CNN, a bunch of channels were going live regarding this Diddy trial. And first and foremost, as we weren't, I don't know if I was paying attention or if Rook
I'm gonna
was,
do
but
some exercise.
what were you doing during the briefing, the sentencing? I guess it was almost 8 hours. What were you doing? Were you live? Where were you?
No,
Paint the setting for us.
I didn't go live until much later. I actually was supporting one of Sean Combs' real life victims, Natanya Rubin. She was live the whole time. And I popped in as much as I could. I was actually busy that day. I actually wasn't watching. I actually wasn't engaged. I was not invested at all. At all.
Okay.
If you don't mind, can I ask you, did you expect it to be a quick?
Y'all know Natanya Rubin, we interviewed her, and I just want to let y'all know that that's the lady that allegedly, and I believe her, I'm just gonna say allegedly because, you know, lawyer stuff, but I do believe her. She's saying that Diddy pop out her in the face. And I 100% believe her, man. So
Sentencing, like as far as, hey, this might take
I
a
believe
couple
her
hours,
side.
or did you feel it was going to go a whole day, if not even over another day?
Well, they were saying that it might go until Monday. I was actually kind of surprised that it didn't, considering the show that they put on for the public. They put on such a lovely show.
That was a show.
Wouldn't you say?
That was a show.
There was a video montage.
Oh my God.
You would have thought it was like a retirement ceremony. Or, you know, someone winning an award for, you know, lifetime achievement or something. The way they sat there and the way they carried on and the way, you know, especially when it gets to the point where lawyers are forcing themselves to tears or almost to tears.
Facts.
Talking about how inspiring that deviant is.
Damn. Yeah.
Kind of interesting.
You know, the word that flew around a lot.
What's really sad? She's a rat victim too.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Nicole Westmoreland is a rat victim too. Once upon a time, when she was helping people get their licenses back before she started practicing, you know, her illustrious law career, which nobody heard about until this trial. After Diddy put an ad out on the wanted ads saying, I need a black female attorney, after the black man said, I can't do this and quit, she was violated by somebody who was affiliated with Cash Money Records at Patchwork Studios in Atlanta. She went there, and for whatever reason, the friends that she went there with, because she went there once before, and she didn't think it was cool. She didn't think it was wise to be around this crowd. They were a little riffraffy for her, but she wanted the money, see. So she came back with friends. But for whatever reason, her friends decided to leave with some of the guys who were there at the studio party. And she was left there alone. And apparently, one of the affiliated, maybe an artist, maybe not an artist, it really wasn't quite sure what he was to Cash Money, drug her in a bathroom and had a lookout standing outside the door. Actually, he wasn't a lookout at first. He wandered into this guy essaying her in the bathroom in the middle of this party at Patchwork Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. And then when someone came up to ask what was going on, he said, you can have her when I'm done. Watch out for me. I'll be finished in a minute. for the most part.
Damn. How she know all this?
And then
Gone,
he finished
Jack.
assaulting her there in the bathroom. The other guy felt bad for her. I guess she was sobbing, kind of like she was sobbing on the stand for Diddy. Ain't that weird?
Man, no, that's
Strange.
was that normal behavior back then that people have buyer's remorse now?
I don't know. Why would she have buyer's remorse? She was the victim. She sued. Just like Cassie did. She sued. She didn't win though. I think she lied or something. She got caught lying and the case kind of got thrown out or something like that. Because she tried to blame it on Mr. Williams instead when it was somebody else. She's real interesting. And it was so sad because when I saw her at the courthouse, when she came walking in, you could see how scared she was. You could feel the fear coming off of her. But I mean, I guess if somebody throws you a couple of $1 million and your life is all busted and washed, allegedly, you know, hey, got to pay the bills somehow.
Are you thinking of selling your home in Charles, Calvert, and St. Mary's?
Got to be more careful, man. Uncle Bike been messing up all day, man. Why is these on the live channel? My bad, y'all. That's my bad. I don't even know where we at. Okay, I see where we at. Because it's going to start all over.
Affiliated, maybe an artist, maybe not an artist. It really wasn't friends. But for whatever reason, her friends decided to leave with some of the guys who were there at the studio party.
Right.
And she was left there alone. And apparently, one of the affiliated, maybe an artist, maybe not an artist, it really wasn't quite sure what he was, to Cash Money, drug her in a bathroom and had a lookout standing outside the door. Actually, he wasn't a lookout at first. He wandered into this guy essaying her in the bathroom in the middle of this party at Patchwork Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. And then, when someone came up to ask what was going on, he said, "You can have her when I'm done. Watch out for me. I'll be finished in a minute," for the most part. And then he finished assaulting her there in the bathroom. The other guy felt bad for her. I guess she was sobbing, kind of like she was sobbing on the stand for Diddy. Ain't that weird?
Man, no, that's
Strange.
was that normal behavior back then that people have buyer's remorse now?
I don't know. Why would she have buyer's remorse? She was the victim. She sued. Just like Cassie did. She sued. She didn't win though. I think she lied or something. She got caught lying and the case kind of got thrown out or something like that. Because she tried to blame it on Mr. Williams instead when it was somebody else. She's real interesting. And it was so sad because when I saw her at the courthouse, when she came walking in, you could see how scared she was.
Okay, here we go.
You could feel the fear coming off of her. But I mean, I guess if somebody throws you a couple of $1 million and your life is all busted and washed, allegedly, you know, hey, got to pay the bills somehow.
Jack, let me ask you, you spoke in that montage, to go through a whole trial of, freak offs and, all kind of wild stuff, and to play that montage of him, playing with his kids on the floor, playing Connect Four and Scrabble or whatever he's playing, and showing only that. The word hubris gets thrown out a lot. Like,
that was a phone call was coming through. Let me make sure it's on. I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb.
no, please go ahead.
My bad. I hope it's picking up everything. My bad.
No, you're okay. I'll repeat it. In regards to you
Yeah.
spoke on the montage for them to show, after going through the trial and hear about the freak offs and just all the depravity that's going on, and then to show a montage of him only with his kids playing Yahtzee and Uno and doing everything on the floor and just hanging out with
Did
his
they
kids.
have Kim Porter in there too?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
The word hubris gets thrown out a lot as far as in this scenario. Um, do you feel the montage? Now that we see what the sentencing was, do you feel the montage hurt or helped that situation?
I don't think it had anything to do with it. Matter of fact, I don't think anything that anyone said, anyone showed, or anyone did had anything to do with the sentencing at all. I think the sentencing was going to be what it was before, yeah.
Wait, so you don't think the judge went to talk or call somebody to say, hey, how should this go? Like you don't think he
No.
solely on him?
I mean, it's his job.
But these are the higher up. These are the elites, and I always think that there's always a phone call made.
I mean,
Let's
I hear
call
what you're
somebody.
saying, but at the same time, all he did was split the baby with what was there. The RICO charge got thrown out. The S trafficking charge got thrown out. All he got left with were 2 counts of the Mann Act. The prosecution wanted 11 years. The defense wanted time served. He split the baby. He cut it right down the middle. Did he not?
No, he did. People
Right
were
down the middle.
expecting 5 to 7. He got the lower end of the middle.
Yeah. Well, because he already has time.
Definitely got the
then,
lower
so
end. I don't even care about
I
that
need to take
time,
that
man.
into consideration as well.
His family spoke for him that day. His kids came up and spoke, and they said that his father is a changed man.
How
Uh,
would
How
they
do they
know?
know?
I guess the jail calls.
Jail calls? I've been in jail. Do you, people do all kinds of things. I knew a girl that knew how to get her family to put money on her books right before commissary, faithfully, every time. It's kind of funny how people play that game. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sit up there and judge anybody and what they want to do for their parent or their financial provider. Because I'm sorry, do any of those children have a means for earning a living outside of the Combs enterprise? I don't think so.
I mean, King Combs.
Doing what?
I don't know.
What's he do?
Doing what?
Other than post on his dad's timeline and make music videos that I don't know that anybody actually watches. What do they do? What do any of them do?
What does Paris Hilton do? I guess. Hell,
Paris Hilton is a wife and a mother now. She's
very
not
true.
making
Very true.
SEX tapes anymore.
Very true. Very true.
Ain't none of them married and don't none of them had no kids. So what do they do?
Yeah, what do they do? That's what I want to know.
Do they have the ability to speak for the father though, based on jail phone calls saying that he's a
I don't
changed man?
know. I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even care. Really. I don't care. None of this is real.
So
How about that? How about we start there?
There you go.
None of this is real. This is the land of make believe.
So one of those questions, Jab,
What about zip up in the land of make believe?
one of those questions that will come from the other side, meaning like
Sure.
the
Vlad?
no, more
Like
like,
from a guy like Vladimir Layuski?
hey, I can't speak for that. I can't speak for that. But let's just say the generic rapper back in the 90s, early 2000s would have said he has groupie love. He takes said groupie on tour and pays her for just being with him, which is technically, by definition, what is considered S trafficking in today's terms. But this was
Yes.
normal. This was normal back then.
And it was wrong back then.
Was it a crime back then? I guess is that the
Yes,
question.
it was a
I guess that's
crime.
the question asked.
Yes, it's
Once
a
upon a
crime.
time, if you got caught buying, carrying, and smoking cannabis, that was a crime.
But they all
And
did
now,
it.
all you need is a car. And you can go to a store and buy you some.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that something?
Hey,
Yeah. Right is right,
It's
wrong
funny
is
how
wrong.
things change and rearrange. I come from that time. I come from that era. I grew up in that time. I grew up in that era. And I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of guys that did a lot of things, got away with a lot of stuff. I've discussed some of it with you people at length. Some of the things that I've witnessed, some of the things that I've seen. And guess what? It was all wrong. Whether or not it was considered legal or not legal, it was wrong. It was morally wrong.
correct.
The simple fact that anybody can sit there in that courtroom and hear stories about someone having urine poured down their throat until they throw up and say that that was a relationship and say that that was wanted and say that that was, people just being freaky. It's disgusting. Honestly, I've been grieving for the world because the whole world is fucked. For people to have the attitude that they have right now about the stuff that's going on, the stuff that they're seeing, y'all gotta forgive me. What happened? Why did it say? Oh no, I'll figure it out. It's right here. See,
Can I
I'm
ask?
working on something right
Ooh,
now that's probably going to really, really, really make it hard for me to play along with any of what the other side thinks or has to say.
can you give us a?
Would you be interested in me telling you what it is that I'm
Yeah,
doing?
yeah, can you give us a tease or what?
Yeah, I can. I can.
Mm. Mm.
I'm going to read it to you before I show it to you so this way, Document certification. Case, I'm not going to say the case number. Third Judicial Circuit Court, Michigan. State of Michigan, County of Wayne, City of Detroit. I, Kathy M. Garrett, Clerk of the Third Judicial Circuit Court, do hereby certify that the foregoing is currently taken and copied from the original record in the case of the People versus Derek L. Moore. Case number, whoop-de-whoop. Now remaining in my office and of record in said court, and that the same has been examined and compared by me with the original of said record in said cause, and that it is a correct transcript therefrom, and of the whole of such original recording. In the testimony whereof I have hereunto set my hand and affixed the seal of said court on the 23rd day of September in the year 2025. And it was signed off by the clerk, Erica P. Let me pull it up so you can see that. You see that seal?
Yeah, we see it.
Yeah. Court of Wayne County. Ask me why that means anything.
Why that mean anything?
Please, if you don't mind.
If you don't mind, please.
Well, see, it has to do with this case. Back in 1998, it's so funny that you said rappers from back then, back in the late 90s, and they did this and they did that. It's funny. Two different names, same case file. Nobody bothered to pay attention. This was filed on May 2nd, 1998. The defendant's name is Derek Lee Cordello Smith. Have you ever heard that name before?
No, please.
He's a victim of Sean Combs. A real life victim. Sean Combs. Who's been sitting in jail for 28 years.
I want to
for
see what's going
crimes
to
that
happen
he
with
did
him.
not commit. And for an act of self-defense that was criminalized.
Should we be looking into these cases more? Because we look to provide voices for the voiceless, and I know he can't tell his story.
Let's see what the exhibits are. Oh, and just so we have a table of contents, the witness that was on the stand for this hearing is Kim Elworthy, who is a state's attorney and a judge for Detroit. The judge was John O'Hare, and Derek was representing himself, and he did the cross-examination. I'm going to read a few things, share a few things with you guys, if that's okay.
Please.
But let's see what the exhibits are. Commitment of sentence to Corrections Department for offense of second-degree red rum, self-defense variable. The victim was Carl Bishop, and the plea was nolo contendere plea, which means no contest, to remain sealed per plea agreement of John O'Hare, Kim Elworthy, Sean Combs, and defendant Derek Lee Cordello Smith. Agreement in 1997 between parties. This is an exhibit. Commitment of sentence to the Corrections Department for offense of criminal sexual conduct, third degree, as conditioned primary offense. Wayne County Medical Examiner's autopsy report, which would be the autopsy report of Carl Bishop. An sexual assault kit, a grape kit, and the materials contained were of the victim and the defendant. The incident report identifying Sean Combs as the assault suspect. Well, do you understand what that means?
Hey.
Y'all hit that thumbs up on the live stream, man. Don't forget we live when we're doing our reactions right now. Hit that thumbs up. This is it's getting deep, baby. It's getting deep.
Do you understand what that means?
Do you understand
what I'm
the
holding
words?
Right here in my hand in this device? that I uploaded for protection of the records. See, while everybody was busy watching that sham of whatever that was supposed to be to make people think that that guy actually was finally handled up on in some way, shape, or form, God was busy making sure that these very real findings came to me. Do you see what I'm telling you?
No, definitely.
There's a great kick. And the diddler is the assailant. His DNA found inside a man.
How do you take this on as far as what's to come next with this?
What do you mean? I do what I do. I do what I do. I stand on what I stand on. I want you to ask me something. Me sitting here, even just sharing just that. Does anything else really matter?
Yeah, no, sounds like he got away with the most
Does
heinous.
anything else really matter? You sitting here talking to me about these weird old lawyers, including Mark Agnafilo.
Mark. Yeah.
Want to know what's funny?
Yeah.
While Mark Agnafilo was sitting there making fun of baby oil and doing all of the stuff that he was doing in court and creating all of that nice guy hoopla, trying to get everyone to believe that Diddy is not such a terrible person and that he's a wonderful man and he deserves to go back to Madison Square Garden and he's going to be right there to cheer him on. Do you want to know where else he was?
Where?
In Wayne County. Negotiating with Derek Lee Cordello Smith.
Wow.
His victim.
Wow.
Why would he be in negotiations with him if he actually believed that everything that he said in that courtroom was true?
Sounds like a fixer.
Sounds like a fixer. A fucking liar.
Boy.
You think I give a shit about that sentencing? Let me regale you. Hold on. Wait a minute.
And as you're pulling it up,
Is it your testimony that you had your team of technicians at the crime lab who can and have manipulated evidence to place grapes not only on Derek Lee Cordello Smith, but other men as well, with the end result being they will plead because they have no choice. And they know you will get convictions because the SA victims in those cases are actually victims of Sean Combs and of the sexual slavery ring in Michigan. And guess what the witness's response was?
What was it?
So what? Yeah.
this is America. That is what you call damaging. And does the prosecution not have this information? Like, why doesn't this come up in?
Why didn't any of this come up during the trial?
You know
Mark
why?
Philo knows about this.
Bullshit.
That's why.
Because he's spoken to Derek himself. This court proceeding happened in 1998. And Derek's been sitting in prison since then. And people are sitting there worried about the diddler and how much time he might have to do. And this man has been sitting in prison since then.
That's crazy.
A victim of that weirdo.
I like what she said. That weirdo. A victim of that weirdo.
G to the H to the B. He used it back in 97. And wasn't that what they said they found in the baby oil before everybody started making jokes about it? See, there's pedigree when it comes to predators. There's pedigree.
They know good and well it was some daggone.
Do you believe, Jack, in good people doing bad things, bad people doing good things?
Horse tranquilizer stuff.
I believe that there is what is and there is what isn't. Nothing more, nothing less. I don't believe in what everybody else believes in. I'm telling you something right now. When you got court officials that's sitting in court, they so brazen that they're actually threatening people.
Damn.
That's very brazen.
Crazy.
Do you see what? Do you see how this is going to go? This is what we got for this. Just sit down.
It sounds like.
Is there anything that you can ask me that's going to trump what I got in my hand? Is there anything that anyone can ask me, question me about with what I got in my hand?
No, that's as damaging as damaging gets.
That's Trump card. That's game over. That's get real or get the fuck out of my way.
What would it say if this right here, outside of you speaking to it right now, for him to sit in jail for that long, that nothing happens with this information? What does that say about the powers that be?
What are you talking?
I just heard you. I heard you. What does it say if nothing comes of this?
What are you talking about if nothing comes of this? This did hit the light of day. Y'all don't remember right before the trial hit? This was in the newsreels. People did talk about it. And they sat there and they shrugged it off because of all of the great cases that they've been putting on this man for the past 20 years to make him look like a scumbag so nobody would listen to his story. Want to know why they were able to get away with it up until now? Because as of September 23rd, 2025, these records were sitting in the clerk's office unsealed, but unless anybody knew what to look for or what to ask for, they couldn't go and get copies of this paperwork. So there was no way to affirm any of what's been being said. It already came out. It was already stated that there were clerks, judges, lawyers that said that they lied on this man and framed this man on behalf of Sean Combs. You want to know what's really funny, though? You want to know what's super duper funny? It just disappeared. Do you know what I thought when I heard it myself? I said, oh, it must have not been real. Because there's no way in the world this isn't going to make it to that trial. You want to know what's even funnier? Diddy went to that jail to visit Derek his damn self in 2024.
That's what I heard.
Oh, wow.
Guess what name he was using to go to that jail to visit Derek so nobody would know it was him?
John Smith?
No.
Brother Love.
Oh my God, that's
Shit.
crazy. Oh
What
my
is
God.
clergy?
Damn. This is what this is very wild. What made you
Guess
and
where
how,
he went? Just a couple of days before HSI raided all of his properties.
Uh-oh.
Fuck you mean? What do I think about the powers that be? What you want me to think?
but wait, what made you find this rabbit hole to go down, and how many more rabbit holes do you believe there are?
Oh, see, I live in the rabbit hole. I don't got time to worry about wardrobe and jewelry and cars and houses. Not anymore. I don't have time for that anymore. My life, it's something more than the things that I used to care about.
Without question.
There's another minor, Miss Gilliam. She just popped up down in Florida. She was 15 when she got worked over at a party. I think some.
Yeah.
You want to know what's sad? All the people that want to make a liar out of me. All of the people that want to frame me for things that I didn't do so they can put me in the system and find a way to Britney Spears me half to death or put me in a state hospital because I just want people to be able to make it home safe, G.
Yeah, definitely.
That makes me a piece of shit, huh? That
And
makes me terrible, huh? You want to know what's terrible? I'm gonna tell you what's terrible. Let me read a little. Let me read.
please take it time.
No, because see, I gotta see that this is gonna be most of, the basis of where I respond to questions that you have to ask me today. Because I'm living at fuck you mean.
Come on. Come on.
The defendant Derek Cordello Smith said, Your Honor, I want to say this much. My mother is going to have to hear me say lies. And then she's going to think that I'm this type of person that I'm not. I'm not this kind of man that you people are forcing me to be. I want it to be clear that you can say on the record that I am a man who defended a woman and myself, and that I am being framed for multiple grapes that I am innocent of, and you know it, and are still forcing me into this with your full knowledge. Are you man enough to say that on this court record, sir? And the judge's response is, I am more than man enough to say so. Everything you said, I adopt on the record as true. You are not a rapist. You have been framed. And it was all done on our approval, and most especially on the approval of Kim L. Worthy. Are you happy now? Derek responds, hopefully one day This will all come out. The judge says, not today, take him back. Derek replies, this is illegal. And Sean Combs, Kim Elworthy are all behind this, and you're going to just sit there and let this happen, Your Honor. And the judge says, gotta pay the bills somehow. And the witness, Kim Elworthy, says, amen to that.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
That's not good at all.
Damn. So, Jack, when you see the words justice for Diddy, what does justice look like to you?
I don't know if that's even possible. Because if he was able to pull this off before he was a billionaire, look at what we got going on now. See, this is bigger than anything that any of us can talk about. This is in Detroit. Who would ever think that the diddler had action where he could move things around like this in Detroit? And we're talking all the way back in the 90s. And every time this man has been about to come up for parole, Kim Worthy goes and gets one of those great kits that she's been holding on to and just throws it on him. And he's back, he's got to stay in jail. You don't remember right after Diddy was taken into custody, that story that came out about the inmate that sued him for $100 million and won on a default judgment? Y'all don't remember hearing about that right after he was arrested?
I remember that.
Yeah, it was so many lawsuits, but yes, that was one of them.
Yeah, but it was the only lawsuit where you had heard somebody had actually won against him.
Yeah.
Inmate. Derek.
Wow. Yeah.
He was actually an investor in Bad Boy. And they've been keeping him monkeyed up in jail all of this time, so they ain't gotta pay him.
Damn.
Yes, hell, I want to know what justice for Derek looks like right now. Jeez. Hell.
He's entitled to 49% of whatever Combs Enterprise has amassed in the past 30 years. Almost 30 years. That's what he's entitled to. He already won a $100 million judgment. See, this is what was going on in the background while whatever that foolishness we just watched happen was happening. This was all going on in the background. It's starting to make you wonder. Did that trial happen to cover this up?
Wow.
Hey. Now, Jag, hold on. Diddy spoke to the judge before sentencing, and it sounded like he was taking accountability.
Yeah, accountability for what? Same kind of accountability he took after he told everybody Cassie was lying on him, and then he got popped on my birthday when the video came out on CNN.
Yeah.
And then he had to come back and do the whack-a-doodle-doo.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess accountability for what he got caught for.
How does now nobody not see that?
Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to do that. I fucked up. Sometimes you got to do that. Oh, well.
The whack-a-doodle-doo.
Yeah, I guess accountability for what he got caught for.
How does now nobody not see that the apology he gave for Cassie after he called her a liar for months and said that it wasn't true and she was making it all up. How does nobody not see that they're the same apology?
That's crazy.
How does nobody not see that what he just did in that courtroom was no different than the monologue that was in Blink Twice?
No, man.
It's the same monologue.
Does it account for anything though that he started to feel sorry for his actions?
Sorry for his actions.
He's been sitting at
If he was
NBC for you.
actually sorry, do you think he would have allowed his legal team to destroy those women like that on that stand?
If he was sorry, he wouldn't be fighting that hard.
See, you sat there and you let your legal team rip those people to shreds while they were barely being protected by the feds.
That's crazy.
On direct or cross.
Mm-hmm.
And now you want to apologize? You want to know what apology would really mean something to me? If he apologized to Derek Lee Cordello Smith for stealing almost 30 years of his life, essaying him, pharmaceuticaling him up with the G to the H to the B, and trying to get away with robbing him. You know, when Derek made his investment into Bad Boy, it wasn't just him. There were 9 other gentlemen that invested $150,000 each, by the way. Young black men saved up their money, stacked up their cash to invest into this animals company. And it's been appreciating all this time. Ask me how many of those investors, other than Derek, are still alive.
Geez, how many? Sheesh.
Yeah.
Kind of like Uptown Records.
Uptown Records.
Only one left.
That's Diddy.
Derek.
Lil' Kim.
Wow. And for him to apologize for it would mean that he would have to admit that it happened. And then that means there may be other Dereks out there. And I'm not saying at the level of that, but
Yeah. Like, say you're sorry.
it doesn't bode well.
Say you're sorry to somebody who was without a doubt your victim. Because there's medical evidence that proves it. His semen found inside another man.
Ew. I'm about to throw up.
Damn, that headline is wild.
Ew.
Apologize to him. Acknowledge him. Pay him his money.
Ew.
Oh, that's right. You can't, because right now you went from $1 billion to 300 million and probably owe Derek somewhere around 250 to 400. So paying him would kind of leave you just destitute.
Destitute.
Yeah, a lot of people look at it like this hasn't affected his pockets technically as far as just on the status level.
It's affected his pockets. It's just left him. He still got enough to play with.
A lot to play with. I mean,
Yeah, for now. They want him to go to New Jersey. They want him to go to Fort Dix, one of the weakest guarded federal penitentiaries in the United States. I would know. I know Fort Dix. It's a real nice place to take somebody. So when they finally get to go outside out in the yard, they can just get somebody to come and extract them right up out of there. You can leave and you don't have to worry about ever being held accountable. See, I'm not dumb. I ain't nobody's fool. People like being fooled these days. People like being lied to. They want to believe in the land of make believe.
Oh my God,
Diddy
don't say
said
that.
sorry, and now we can all go home and have ice cream. Fuck you mean?
Wow.
You want to ask me questions? About what?
About what?
Boy. No, and we asked you this before. Like, is the average person ready for the truth of Hollywood?
My interviews, because I'm doing a series of interviews with him.
Okay, that's what. Yeah, there we go.
I can't wait for the world to hear what he has to say in his own words. But I just want everybody to start with this transcript. Because, see, with all of the crimes that they've put on this man's name, with everything that they've done to make him look like an absolute degenerate who should be put down like a dirty dog, with everything that they've done to ruin it so people would never believe a word that came out of his mouth. See, when you start here with these transcripts from 1998, which were sealed and then unsealed in 2007 and then sat there in the clerk's office and nobody knew about it because nobody knew to come and get it. Nobody knew where to get it. Different names on the same case number. They thought they were clever. But see, when you start here,
Oh, please.
Let's just read a little bit, shall we? I know we ain't got a lot of time left. So let's try to get in what's important.
Please.
Derek, the defendant, says on record, thank you, sir. Okay, now, because Miss Worthy was being a little bit difficult on the stand. Actually, let me give you a little bit of context about how this whole hearing even happened to begin with. They were pressing Derek about taking the deal to dirty himself up and to agree to plead no contest to a bunch of rape that he didn't commit. He was refusing to take the deal. He was fighting. Derek alleges that there were threats to harm and eliminate his family if he did not go along with it. There was a lot that was being put on him. So he made the deal that if they did this separate hearing, acknowledging the whole truth and nothing but the truth, he would plead. That was smart, wasn't it?
Without question.
So yeah. So that's how we have this transcript, because he was smart enough to ask for a hearing where the truth was acknowledged before he went and lied on his own name and willfully went to jail for a bunch of stuff that he didn't do to save his family and to keep his investment secure in Bad Boy. But we'll hear about that in a second. Okay, so defendant, thank you, sir. Okay, now, Miss Worthy, I will be entering this plea to crimes I did not do in order to save my family from being targeted by this criminal empire and to ensure that I can be released in 25 years because I did, in fact, take a man's life. Now, while it wasn't self-defense, I still took his life, protecting a woman, and I have to be humiliated and have your office turn me into an sexual deviant who hurts women when I actually saved a woman. Is that correct? Kim Worthy, the witness, says, yes, correct. Do you understand that? Next thing you know, next thing on the record here, Derek, the defendant, says, this is the most horrendous thing I have ever seen in my life, and you should all be ashamed of yourselves. But you have the power, and I am just a pawn. As long as you, Ms. Worthy, and Sean Combs uphold their end of the deal, then we have a deal. My family is safe. My money gets to grow inside of Sean Combs' company, and the great he did upon me gets covered up, and all of the evidence stays with Kim Worthy. The evidence of his grape on me and the homicide evidence gets to stay with you. Kim Worthy, the witness, says, yes, correct. The defendant says, okay, well then, let's do it since I have no choice. The witness says, no, you do not. The court says, okay, well, it appears to be all set. Anyone have anything to say in closing? And this is when Kim Worthy begins to speak. Yes, Mr. Cordello Smith, do not ever try to break this deal. I will not. And Sean has assured me he will not. If you do. But boy, not one person will ever believe you, even if you have this record unsealed. I am untouchable. But your family, and you saw what happened to Nevers and Budson, right? So do not break our deal. I will clear you later on any of the other grapes. But if you break it, I will add more and really make you look terrible. Believe me, I can do it today, tomorrow, or years from now. We have everything we need to make it happen. So get your ass in there and take that plea. And it is going to be guilty plea for the sex crimes. The defendant, Derek, says, okay, but I can assure you of this, Miss Worthy, one day, this will all come back because the truth cannot be hidden. Light will always shine through the darkness. I am a man who saved a woman, not a man who hurts women. But that will all come out some other day and time. Kim Worthy, the witness, says, not today, though. Now, y'all heard what I read you. At that time, she was a sitting judge. She sat there and threatened that man's life and threatened his family.
Damn.
This is in 1998. You want to know what's even wilder? There's a moment where the judge refers to Diddy as their good friend in New York.
I mean, Diddy was the Puff Daddy back then. I mean, he was building the band and running the city. He was the flavor of the year and around that time.
This was in New York. This wasn't in New York. This was in Detroit.
Oh yeah, Detroit. Shit, I don't know.
He's not from Michigan.
I don't know how the hell.
So we know he has ties to New York. We know he has ties to Atlanta. We know he has ties to Florida. We know he has ties to LA. Now we know that he has ties to Detroit. How many other metropolises in the United States has he been able to infect at the highest levels of government to be able to do his bidding? The Detroit judge saying, our good friend in New York gotta pay the bills somehow. Amen to that. Now, I know y'all had some questions from the other side that you wanted to ask me. Ask me now.
Yeah. Another question from that side of the fence would be, even with Derek, is a silent no different from a verbal no? And does the two even exist? Is there a difference as far as someone verbally saying no to a graping or
Well,
a
it's hard to
silent
say
no?
no when you've been pharmaceuticaled up and you passed out.
Exactly.
Because that's what happened today.
Okay. Okay. Definitely. 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 Jag, you're from this world. We seen a video.
Jag, you
If you
from
go
this
to
world.
type in
Hold on, y'all. Hey, shout out to my live stream, man. The Music Recording Network Live. That's a separate channel. So if y'all in the chat room, if y'all listening, it might be a different channel. So make sure you subscribe to our live channel. That's a separate channel, the Music Recording Network Live. Appreciate y'all. Then you can go upstairs with Rebecca, because she's going upstairs. And also Terry has went upstairs because they just subscribed. Anyway, back to the show. Let's see what she's talking about.
Jag, you're from this world. We seen a video. If you go to type in Luke and Jay-Z in Twitter, you'll see a video of Jay-Z sitting next to Luke, Uncle Luke, with two women next to him eating each other out. Another two bearing chests, a very what wouldn't look good today. And again, we go back to, hey, this was the norm back then. Y'all, people call it freak offs. Other people call it, hey, we just partying. You were part of an era back then where it was transitioning to before the Me Too movement. Because it was such a norm back then, and again, like I said, laws and morality changes. Do you feel as morality did change in society, has it gotten better or worse based on what we used to see versus what we see now versus what's behind closed doors in front of our faces? Because this was on a show called Luke's Playhouse. And I'm like now that couldn't even happen today where Jay-Z sits there and whoop-de-doo.
You want to know what I find funny? That those images are still around for people to see, that they haven't been destroyed. And nobody's saying, well, if he was able to do that, because see, the question ain't nobody asking is whether or not these women that were sitting there making meals out of each other for these dudes' entertainment were legal. Well, nobody's even asking if they were legal.
Yeah, that's man. That's a whole nother situation.
You know, regardless of all of that, clearly the Jigga Man was cool with being in the presence of men who did stuff like this. So why don't he claim his friend the diddler? You know, usually when stuff like this comes out and somebody was associated with somebody that was attached to a bunch of heinous things, forget just saying that you weren't friends with that person. Usually you denounce the kind of behavior that they was doing and say, I'm not okay with that. And I stand with the victims. I had no idea he was doing this kind of stuff. Has anybody heard the Jigga Man say one word of protest to anything that the diddler has done at all? Nothing more than we weren't friends.
Yeah.
There's a lot of distraction going on right now. Lot of distraction going on right now. I'm trying to keep it as close to reality as I possibly can because see, Derek Lee Cordell Smith, that's reality. You know, a lot of people have had a lot of things to say about me and about this. And oh man, oh, I can't stand her talking about this. I can't stand her talking about that. No, the reason why they can't stand me talking about it is because they don't want to take responsibility for the fact that they watched it and cheered it all along and they enjoyed it for their own entertainment. That's why people have a problem with me.
What do you say about Young Miami, who has been quiet this whole time?
No, she hasn't. She wrote a letter to Judge Subramanian and said that Diddy was a man of God.
Yeah, who's been quiet the whole time. Come on.
And technically, she's almost right because he was pretending to be clergy when he went to the jail right before HSI busted into his house to go visit Derek Lee Cordell Smith as Brother Love, the clergy.
Hey, Jack, hey.
You see what I'm saying? This is almost kind of unfair.
So as we go back to the sentencing, 4 years, 2 months. Once that, got out there, Diddy's gonna go sit down in, like you said, probably a low max camp, fed time. The judge had spoken to him, and he started off with the good he's been doing, but he spoke a lot on the bad, but then he still kind of gave him, like you said, right in the middle of the road. But he said he wanted to see him get out and everything he said he's gonna do and preach and be this better, person in society. The punishment doesn't seem to fit what the crime, because the judge said based on sentencing, he took into account the statements of the victims. He said, yes, we know you're innocent of this RICO.
What?
But I cannot take away what I heard as far as the victim's testimony.
See, and that I have a hard time dealing with. It's not that he's innocent of it. He just wasn't convicted of it.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's a lot of things he did. I mean, they want to put the man in jail, so they're going to look through his tax records. I think he cool on the tax records because they should have been said something about that. But some of these cases, he got 80 cases. How many you think going to turn criminal? That's all. All it takes is one to turn criminal and do 10 years on that one.
There you go.
See, that's the thing. People think that because somebody's not convicted of something, that means that they're innocent of it. And that's not true.
And that's not true.
If you were able to buy off the jury.
Wow.
Do you know that there is a grand jury indictment right now against Sean Combs for allegedly buying off one of the jurors for the Club New York gun violence case against him back in 2000?
She be on top of this thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was trying to buy 3 jurors. You want to know what didn't happen during that federal trial this year? The jury wasn't sequestered. There was nothing but YouTubers all over the place, in that courtroom, outside that courtroom, watching what trains those jurors got on to go home.
They did a terrible job on this case.
Do you feel like they did us an injustice by not, and I know it's the feds, but should they have put this trial on court TV or something? Should we have had a visual history of this trial for?
It really don't matter.
No, you going
like that's the thing. This trial, the sentencing, the verdict, all the hyperbole, all of the pomp and circumstance, all of this, all of that. It means nothing. It means nothing. This was all done for the public's entertainment. This was all done to get people like me to be quiet. This was all done to give weirdos like Vladimir Lyuski and Torre the ability to constantly challenge and try to check my veracity, my actuality, my truth, and to get the public to not believe whistleblowers like me. That's why this was done. This ain't even about Diddy. It's about the rest of them. Do you know they're still having white parties?
And whose honor? What?
Yeah, they're still having white parties. Michael Rubin is throwing them now. You know the guy that
we've heard those stories.
bunny hops for?
Yeah, little baby. We've heard some stories. Yeah, we've seen the bunny hop.
You know who he's cool with, right? Who he's very close with? Mr. Carter. So it went from Diddy's camp throwing the white parties to now the Jigga Man's camp is throwing the white parties.
Jigga Man?
Interesting.
The Jigga Man?
Can I ask you, early on, this story was a Cassie Ventura story. For her to receive $20 million settlement plus $10 million from the hotel, plus Diddy getting sentenced to 4 years, does Cassie get justice in all this? Does that look like...
Still not enough. Still not enough. And it's wild because she's getting such a better deal than dear Lee Cordell Smith is.
30 million and your perpetrator gets 50 months? I mean...
Still not enough.
Jeez.
Her life is never going to be the same. And people are going to find ways to make her life complicated, to force her to have to spend that 30 million every way they possibly can. I wanna be down. We got too many people that want to be down. We got too many people that want to be around all of this stuff. And we have enough instances of fuck what's right and wrong. As long as there's enough money to throw at it, it's going to be whatever we want it to be.
Now, we speak on hubris, where Diddy, they say, had set up speaking engagements a week after he was technically wanted to walk free.
Yeah.
And again, we talk about hubris and things of that nature.
God said no.
Yeah.
God told him, sit your black ass down.
So I guess the question is...
What was really sad?
Please.
There's a woman, what is it called? Sprout to Success or something like that? Some kind of charter school, private, independent private school in Miami Gardens, which is right there in the area of South Florida where he's been warden for Satan of. Because he ain't nothing but a shepherd for the devil. But she was going to invite him to come to the school to speak to her students there, K through 12. Yeah. You want to know what I find really interesting? All of these people that wanted to bring him to schools and bring him to this and bring him to that. How the hell are they going to do that when he's on the SEX offenders registry list? He's not allowed to be around kids.
That does make moving a little hard.
He's not allowed to be around school. He's on the register. Didn't I already do a tutorial about the registry? Like, I don't know. He is a registered SEX offender, and people want to bring him to school.
What do you expect him to be doing? I mean, again, he's not going to be in long. They say with points and time served and any type of...
We'll
he
see.
might be out by Christmas next year.
People say a lot of things. You know what else they said? They said he was going to get bail. How did that work?
Yeah.
You know what else they said at the end of that trial, even after he was found guilty of the Mann Act, they was putting together a 4th of July party. How did that work? People say a lot of things, don't they? I guess they don't hear God say no. I don't know what's going to happen to him. I'm not even trying to guess. What I am praying for, though, is that real victims and real survivors actually get the attention that they deserve, that they get the justice that they deserve. I'm praying that Derek is going to be able to get out of jail. I'm hoping that the interview that I do with him will be able to get enough traction for there to be a doorway open for him to walk out of that jail and be able to go and collect the money that is owed to him. I'm hoping that the other 100 civil cases will not just be left at civil cases and will actually be turned to criminal cases, because they should be, because I got a big issue with everyone thinking that money is the end all be all into stopping a predator from operating. It is not.
Amen.
It is not. Why do so many of these cases stay civil? Why aren't they turned criminal when there's criminal acts all through the pages?
Can you file a criminal charge and still get money off of a can you sue later, or is it strictly victims looking for money?
Brown Simpson's family,
Mm-hmm.
OJ was acquitted and they was able to take him to civil court and get him for bread. It really doesn't matter which way you do it.
That is true.
It can go either way. A civil proceeding and a criminal proceeding is just two different proceedings. But if you have criminal acts in a civil proceeding, just because someone gets paid or it gets settled and people get paid out, it doesn't mean that those acts shouldn't be tried criminally.
Would you be surprised if Diddy has a music career after this?
Why? He barely had one before.
You got that right.
Well, what is a music career? What is his music career? What instrument does he play?
Got him. Oh my God.
Oh! Whoa!
When last time Diddy made a song? Every breath you take, every move. Only reason why that song did anywhere near as good as it was because everybody was a Biggie fan and they listened to that song because somebody passed away. Now let's break the song down. Was it Diddy's song? Nope. Was the melody his? Nope. He probably got somebody else to write the lyrics. Come on, bruh. Oh my God.
To this.
Why? He barely had one before.
Yeah.
Well, what is a music career? What is his music career? What instrument does he play? What does he know about music? He knows nothing.
The fiddle?
The fiddle.
Not even that. There was no music career.
My God.
There was him collecting a bunch of hungry and desperate people who wanted to be successful at their God-given gifts, and him taking advantage of them, and then him putting his name all over everything.
Game over, baby.
How was that?
Someone had once said you have to separate the art from the artist, or the talent from the man. Meaning
fiddle.
that his
talent, the only thing he's talented at is hurting people and destroying lives.
Right. Making people,
I
forcing
don't
people.
want to separate him from that. I wish everyone else would stop trying to.
Stealing. Somebody said stealing in the chat room. Only thing he's good at is stealing.
Come on.
Why should we listen to somebody that's wanted by the police?
Not to segue too far from that, but we have to get your take on, and again, if you have an opinion on it.
That's crazy.
Two female rappers, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, going at it. Kids get involved. Things get ugly. All Twitter wars. When a Jaguar Wright sees something like this, and this is the women, this is hip hop, I guess you could say. Is this fair game?
Is that what hip hop is now?
That's the question.
That's not hip hop. And honestly, the simple fact that people are even making that seem like it has something to do with the culture only goes to show exactly how far we are removed from it. It's it's reality TV with a soundtrack. I ain't interested. I ain't interested. See, my interests have changed. My interests are now focused on the harm that this so-called hip-hop culture has done to the public. And what we can do to turn it around. What we can do to stop making weirdo behavior a prerequisite for success in entertainment.
But if you were to speak to the young girl, 16 years old,
This
with
is
a
why I
voice,
showed up with my hair tied up like Tupac, G. Like, this is why I'm on my Tupac today.
come on now. What would you say to the young girl that is promised a music career? Come out to LA, come out to New York, come out to Miami. I'm gonna put you in the studio.
Go back to my first interview on Real Life Street Stars and see what I have to say.
Yeah, man.
Refer back to that video. Was I wrong?
Hey.
Looking back now?
At all.
Looking back over the years. Was I wrong?
Man. Not at all. Jeez. You want to say the rooster?
Hold on a second.
You can just give it.
Hello?
Yeah. It's.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hello?
That was an important call. I'm sorry.
Looking back over the years, had to shed some tears. That's Teddy Pendergrass, baby. You know I did a song that landed on Teddy Pendergrass' album. The song is called Let's Talk About It. It's the only fast song that's on the last album. I think it's the only fast song because I remember saying that over and over again. So yeah, I had the opportunity to produce a song that landed on Teddy Pendergrass' album. Thank y'all very much. Yeah. So I'm into this music industry, man. Uncle Mike ain't no punk. I just don't want to do music no more. Here we go. I can still hear. I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick.
Sorry about that. Anyway, because I know I got to get ready to go.
Yeah, again, what we want to say, and as we close this out, is that everything that you've said from this journey, and I don't want to use the term whistleblower, but you spoke on not only your experiences, but technically other women's experiences. And obviously, now that we know men's experiences through this, and we're kind of surprised how many men are involved as victims as well in all this. As we go forward and as we have further conversations, like you said, this is all probably just a charade for what's really going on behind the closed curtain. What is next in regards to hip hop, in regards to Jaguar Wright, in regards to storytelling, in regards to speaking truth?
All I can say is stay tuned. Stay tuned, because this case, Derek's case, is between Derek's case and Demore and Javon Hadley's case this year. Those two cases for me. Stay tuned. That's all I can say. I can't really say much more than that. I'm pissed. I'm pissed.
I hate to see a pissed Jaguar Wright, boy.
Because people keep playing these games, They keep pretending like I'm making stuff up. They keep pretending like I'm just doing this for shits and giggles. Imagine what it's like for me, reading the pages, some of what I just shared with you. And then listening to people talk about how unfair Diddy's being treated right now and how he apologized and how he's sorry.
I apologize.
Imagine what that's like for me.
Mm-hmm.
Without question. Jag, for those I don't know when these Derek conversations are coming. If you're able to
Very
give us,
soon
okay. And
on the
where,
Jaguar Wright Effect
yes.
and on my Patreon, and I'll be sharing some clips on the rest of my social media outlets. A lot of stuff is going to be members only because a lot of stuff is going to be really hardcore. But I would say just tune into the Jaguar Wright Effect or get a membership over on my Patreon. Yeah, you know, I'm like I just I don't got time. I really don't. Like these people out here, the stuff that they want to believe what you want to believe. I'm gonna tell you this. Every time you refuse to fight for what you know is good, all you're doing is voting for evil.
What you know is right.
Like we've gotten to a point now where we need to acknowledge that there is no in between. There is no safe place to stand. It's either you fighting for the angels or you sliding down the devil's shaft. Like Little Nas X twerking all the way down. Like I don't, people look at Little Nas X butt naked in the street in the middle of the night, and people think this is.
I mean, they say he was on
on that stuff.
They say could have been drugs, mental breakdown.
No, they said they found nothing in his system.
What? Nothing but money.
High on life?
No, you ain't high on life. You high on trying to get that money back. You ain't. Careers are going. What's the next thing? Who's hot? He's not hot no more. What's the next thing? That's how these careers are going.
High as hell. Life running around in panties and white boots.
If you don't mind, Jag, by closing us out, can you speak to the victims that haven't come forward? Not only in Sean Combs' case, but in all cases in regards to being in the celebrity world where they feel the assailant is too big to come at, to touch, or their voices may not be heard. Can you speak to those victims that haven't come forward yet?
I'm still here. Waiting on all of y'all.
Amen. Do your thing.
I'm still here. Waiting on every last one of you. And I pray for all of you. Every day. I pray for every last one of you. I know what it looks like. For crying out loud. I'm sitting here looking at Derek's case. He's been sitting there for almost 30 years. If he hasn't given up, none of us can either. And yeah. I keep you all in my prayers. And I pray the whole world sees all of you soon.
And lastly, Jaguar Wright music. What can anything in that world?
My best. I'm doing my best to try to get some stuff together. It's funny. Every time I try to pull a project together, pull something out, something goes wrong. There's some kind of agitation. There's some kind of this. There's some kind of that. I would like to meet the people that work so hard to pay people or harass people or scare people from working with me. I would love to meet them.
Well, I'm not
I really
scared to work with you, dear.
They might fuck around and like you.
I'm not giving up on music yet, but right now, everything's going to happen in God's time. I gotta, raising money is almost impossible. The amount of money that I have to spend to keep my life safe, just everything. It's a lot. I'm actually going to be doing a donor day, and I'm going to be doing them more. If I can get things to the point where we're able to pay for everything ourselves and we don't have to go into business with anyone or work with anyone, because everyone we try to work with, we end up getting screwed over one way or the other because somebody comes along, offers them money to do this, to do that. It's always the same. So, all I can say is if that's really what you want, then donate. Donate to my platforms. Trust me, people donate to a whole lot worse. What I've given, I should just be able to make music for the rest of my life and perform for people and do whatever I want to do. I should be able to with everything I've sacrificed. But in God's time, I guess, that's what I'm really learning. It really doesn't come down to what I want or the way I want it. It really all comes down to what God wants. Trust me, I wish I could just be able to go into the studio and hire a bunch of musicians that I don't have to worry about whether or not they're informing on me.
Facts.
No. Oh man.
I wish.
Thank you. Yeah, it starts with that. And for every business deal that went bad, are you protected legally in those matters? Are you? Is it kind of
It's not a matter of me being protected legally. It's about why can't I ever seem to be able to successfully sue anybody that screws me over.
Hey.
But then again, you got to do this, you got to do that. The system works in very interesting ways. I wish it would just leave me the fuck alone and do something right for a change. But that might be asking a little bit too much in the devil's USA.
And the devil's USA. With that being said, Jag, thank you as always for finding a home here to be able to get your voice across not only to your fans but to our fans as well. It's only.
Well, I'm sure the chat is going to be interesting. The Hellcats love it every time I have a new video over here. All they do is sit here and just go crazy.
Oh, man. Well, this right here is an important conversation.
I guess.
Well, they let them dissect. Let them dissect. With that being said, please reiterate where to find you, where to follow cruelty-free artists. Not the fake one. I don't know what the fake one is out there, but the real.
It has an extra wide. This is the right one. Feel free to donate here or my PayPal. You can go over to thejaguarwright.com. We have everything listed there, updates, whatever you need. Subscribe to my Patreon. Come over to my YouTube channel, The Jaguar Wright Effect.
Jaguar
Wright everywhere else. And yeah, just stay tuned. We also have cruelty-free hoodies. Oh, and they're pretty awesome. They're awesome. We have one that has a portrait that was done of me in chalk, and then we have another one that just has the cruelty-free, kids logo. It's really fun. So, please, in any way, engage. We appreciate you. And yeah, that's it.
Definitely. With that being said, Jag, we have to say it. I feel like, it should be automatic, but y'all already know. Jaguar Wright, you are a real life street star.
A real life street star.
Until next time.
Real life. Hey. If it ain't real life, it ain't Jaguar Wright, man. Hey, she is trying to do some music. Jaguar, I'm trying to tell you, you can do some music with Uncle Mike. I ain't gonna try to get them people to pay me more money. Look, if they pay me money to not work with you, I'm gonna split it with you. That way we both get some money, and then we'll still do the music. F them Bammers. I'm like, I didn't do that music. Somebody else. My twin, my evil twin did the music. Game recognized game, baby. Hey, shout out to my live stream. Y'all hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button there. Y'all gotta know. Oh, well, let me get off of this right here. Look here. I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. Talking to the live channel. Check it out, man. Shout out to all my enders. The live channel, the Music Recording Network Live. That's a separate channel. Check out the Music Recording Network Live. There should be links down there. I'm gonna have to straighten out our thing below. But if you search it, right? You search it, scroll down a little bit, you'll see live written in the world. It's written in red. Look for that channel, man. Do Uncle Mike a favor. Go over there and subscribe. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell him Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.